thought that you would grab me, undermine me, and backstab me, but I can see clearly now the rain is gone, the pain is gone, but what you did was still wrong. There was a few times I needed your support.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chivo here, talking about the 2009 NBA Western Conference Finals and Eastern Conference Finals. What we have here is two series at the moment. They're both 1-1, Lakers and Nuggets, and Cavs and Magic. First two games with the Lakers and the Nuggets, I think they were highly competitive games. I mean, of course, both teams jumped out to early leads. And the team that, had to climb up the deficit won both games. We had Denver coming up with the early lead in game one. They ended up losing the game off of just poor execution. And game two, you had the Lakers jumping out to a huge lead. And, just incredible team play from the Nuggets and great defense. Let's focus on the stars real quick. Kobe Bryant and Carmelo Anthony. Kobe Bryant has been, he's been Kobe. You know what I'm saying? He's been Kobe Bryant. My knock with him, I'm not sure if it's been great defense. I'm not sure, but he doesn't really take it to the hole like he should. I think he settles a lot for jump shots, but maybe that's just, saying good things about the Nuggets defense. Onto the Nuggets, Carmelo Anthony. He's been my favorite player since, I said it in another video, he's been my favorite player since he came in the league. Since freshman year in Syracuse, he's been my favorite player. With that said, he just, I'm proud of him. He's been playing the best basketball of his career, and the thing that really jumps out at me with Melo, especially in these conference finals, is just his offensive rebounding, man. Just the way he gets the offensive board and then puts it back up real quick. It takes a lot of skill and heart to do that. And Kobe's on him. Kobe's the one defending him. Kobe, who made the all-defensive first team, that Kobe, is defending him. You know what I'm saying? And he's just getting these putbacks, and that speaks a lot about the will to win. And Melo, he's been ridiculed a lot over his short career, but he's definitely been stepping up this playoffs. It's a very good series, this Western Conference Finals. I think it's going to go 6 or 7 games. The Nuggets got the Lakers at home today. Hopefully the fans are, pumped up. I'm saying a lot is at stake. This is Game 3 is a very underrated game, especially when both teams are tied. Especially when both teams are tied. Whoever wins this game, they might win the series, because right now the Nuggets have home court advantage. Lakers win the game, they have home court advantage. So it's a very important game. Now on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Props to the Magic, first off. Props to the Orlando Magic, because they have overcome a lot. They're basically, I know I always talk about the rest a lot, but they're playing 5 versus 8 out there. They are playing 5 versus 8. Look at game 1. You know what I'm saying? LeBron fouls Dwight Howard in the first quarter. No call. And then it leads to a fast break 3-point shot. That's a lot of momentum right there. It's a lot of momentum. And they've just been getting a lot of calls. And luckily the Magic won that game. Now, yesterday's game, that shit just pissed me off. Now, first of all, let me just say, I want the finals to be the Cavs versus the Lakers, or versus the Nuggets. Preferably the Nuggets and Cavs. That'll be my dream finals matchup. But the way the series is going in the East is I want the Cavs to win, but on a competitive level. The referees are just handing the Cavs the games. Look at the last game that the Cavs won. Props to LeBron on an incredible shot, by the way. And LeBron has been playing incredible. It's fucking immortal out there, But what about Mo Williams when he threw the ball at Dwight Howard? What is the NBA gonna do? I haven't heard anything about what the NBA is gonna do about him throwing the ball at Dwight Howard. The referees didn't give him a technical. They couldn't look at the replay. I'm sure the players were telling the refs, "Yo, hit him with the ball. He ain't do nothing." Refs ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying? So where was technical? The Cavs won by 1 point that game. No technical call. And then there was a lot of instances where the Magic were getting called for a lot of charge violations. There was one point when Gortat or Lee, I forgot who it was, There was called for a charge because Ben Wallace, he was outside the restricted area, which is offensive foul. And then on the other end of the court, Gortat was perfectly set, even more so than Ben Wallace. Perfectly set, hands up, outside the restricted area, but yet the referees nutted, called a blocking foul. You know how they get all excited and shit. They called a blocking foul on Gortat. And this was when the Magic were cutting through the deficit and making their run. So then, then I guess, the refs started to, hunt down on the calls. They called LeBron for a travel. He took 5 steps. If they didn't call it travel, then, everyone would be calling the NBA rig. Because that was like 5 steps I counted. At least 4. And then they called some charges on LeBron, which were long overdue. But at the end of the game, it was all tied. I'm saying the refs had nothing to do with it. So it was anybody's game. And Turkoglu made a great shot, very good shot. The only beef with that is you got to make it, make sure the Cavs don't get the ball. So there's 1 second left, and of course, the shot heard around the world, LeBron James 3-point shot. And Stan Van Gundy has to be smarter there. With 1 second left, you don't have to guard the inbound passer. He's not going to get the ball back. Of course you want to obstruct his view, but come on, you got to gamble here. So they should have doubled LeBron and just make somebody else beat you. Now that shot is going to be on next year's commercials where Amazing happens. It's going to be, if it was Mo Williams or, Pavlovic, we wouldn't see that shot after this year. Maybe, in Cleveland or maybe sometimes, but the shot is going to be marked in NBA history now. Make someone else beat you. I think the Magic are a better team. Like I said, they're playing 5 versus 8 out there, so they're a better team. I think they can win at home 2 games, and I think they will win a series. Of course, if the refs aren't as biased as they have been, and they have been biased. This is not me just being salty. They have been biased. It's pretty obvious how biased they have been. So, but the NBA, they're winning right now. The NBA is the one that's winning because these conference finals are the best I've seen in a long time. You got superstar power, Dwight Howard, LeBron, Melo, Kobe Bryant. It's a lot of superstar power. It's just, probably as best as you can get. And if you disagree with that, Dwight Howard was highest vote getter in the All-Star game. So you can disagree, whatever. But this is as high as it can get in terms of superstar power. So, but I believe the Magic are a better team than the Cavs. LeBron did make a great shot, but the game shouldn't have been that close. The Magic should have took that game, if not for some funny head-scratching calls from the officials. And I hope the NBA does something about that. That non-technical call from Mo Williams. I think they should suspend him. Throwing the ball at somebody is the same as, hitting them in the face or whatever. It's the same intention. You want to hurt the player. He should be suspended for Game 3 at least. But of course they're not going to suspend him because, the NBA wants the Lakers and the Cavs to be in the finals. So, sorry, Orlando fans, but he's not going to be suspended. So, I might have another video, maybe at the Game 5 or something like that. I don't know. But, thanks for checking the video out, and I'll holler at y'all sometime.